One of the biggest questions we've gotten after sharing the numbers on this rental property is, wait, how did you buy this with zero money down? First, I want to clarify something. When I say zero money out of pocket, I don't mean that the property magically costs us nothing and we don't have to worry about a single payment until whenever. Real estate unfortunately does not work that way. I wish that it did. So what I mean is that we were able to structure the deal in a way where we didn't have to bring our own cash to the table. Typically people kind of put in mind that they need to bring in 20% down. For this property we used leverage. We worked with a hard money lender, which allowed us to get the deal closed without tying up a large amount of our own capital upfront. See, this is one of the things I love about real estate investing, is that there isn't just one way to do a deal. You don't always have to wait years until you have a huge amount of cash sitting in the bank. Sometimes it's just about understanding the different options available and finding what makes sense for that specific property. There will still be expenses we have to plan for, like repairs, closing costs, insurance, taxes, holding costs. The goal is always making sure that the numbers make sense before jumping onto a project. Trust me, we've been burned before. In the previous video, I broke down why we decided this property made more sense as a rental instead of a flip, even though the numbers worked out for either or. One of the biggest factors was understanding our market, especially with new construction and the amount of competition around this area. I feel that it is a buyer's market, so it creates a lot more competition on that end as well. Knowing your market is everything. Sometimes the best decision isn't always the one that gives you the fastest check. Sometimes it's the one that helps you build something long term. Wholesaling and flipping, that's like fast money. You don't really build wealth doing that. You build wealth with buy and holds. The goal is to hold on for this property for years, build equity, which is the most important part, and as a plus side, get some monthly cash flow. A lot of people think that buying the property is the hardest part, but honestly, there's so much more that happens after closing. Now that this property is getting closer to being ready for the market, I wanted to take you through the next part of the process. How do we find and screen the tenants? What paperwork do you need? What documents should you have ready? How do you protect yourself as a landlord? And I'll also include some horror landlord stories as well for your entertainment. But I want to hear from you too. What do you want to see next? Drop your question below because I want to make this series as helpful as possible. Your question may be my next video.